And joining me right now here on the Mark Moses Show is one of my great friends that I've known for a long, long time. Man, it has been, I met you in 2008. That is a long, long time ago. Long. Can we do the math, Kerry? Let's
Yeah,
see.
I remember it very well.
Seven.
You came across as kind of a jerk.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. We're here with my good friend, Kerry James. I have known you for 17 years.
Yes.
17. So
Yes.
that story can get into an R-rated movie now. That's how crazy. Not a bar mitzvah, quinceañera, Sweet 16 can go into an actual R-rated movie. Every year for my birthday, which is coming up on Thursday, May 29th, I wanted to do this now because I know you're a very busy man.
Okay.
Every year for my birthday, what I do is to give back to people that are great friends of mine and for their contributions to broadcast journalism. I like to induct them into the Hall of Fame. And what I do is I give them no heads up. I just say, be ready for this. So I'm going to bring this onto the screen here. Hopefully this works.
Oh my gosh.
Kerry James, I am putting you into the class of 2025 for the Mark Moses Show Hall of Fame.
Wow.
You are one of the great men I know in the industry. And it is an honor and a privilege that I met you and that we went on all these great adventures together. And I call you all the time. And I have been there behind the scenes for you to like you're in Charlottesville, then you're working in Richmond. And then somehow in 1992, you're living in Orlando. Like it's all these crazy stories. Like the reason I love Rocky Horror Picture Show to this day is because you were in Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like, and I think we went to New York City together.
Yes.
Like
we got scammed for Knicks tickets.
Yeah, that's right. I have the tickets here in my office still. I have it. And I tell people that story where we bought the counterfeit tickets outside of Madison Square Garden. We go up to like where you scan your ticket. And this guy yelled, "Hey, this is counterfeit. Get this guy out of here." Oh, man. So we went to the Hooters across the street. It's so funny.
Yes, we did.
We did.
Well, they weren't playing the game. That's why we went there.
You know what I think about? We toured Columbia University and it's for like Ghostbusters. You know, that's where they come up with the idea. And when they were like protesting on campus last summer and it's like, oh, this is terrible. And they're fighting with the president. I was like, hey, that's where Kerry and I were. We had a great time there. So funny.
We did. That was a great trip. I still feel like I owe you $75 for the 30 minutes that you just riffed nonstop to walk up to Columbia.
Oh, it was a great time.
And by the way, everything that you're saying about me, you are a great man, Mark Moses. You are a great friend. You're a very talented person, and I love you. And so thank you for the induction into the Mark Moses Hall of Fame, class of 2025. I accept.
I appreciate that. I made those Moses Show t-shirts and you're like, I want one. And then you were like wearing it.
Oh, I wore it during a band show.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And you know what's my favorite? And there's many favorite stories. I like you were sight checking because you're a musician as well. Actor, musician, BSer, like you do it all. You're a triple threat. So where were you at? I swear to God, you were at some gig in Virginia. You were sight checking and people at a table were from Brevard County and knew who I was. Where was this at, Kerry?
This was in Fredericksburg, Virginia at a brewery called Strange Ways Brewery. And we had been, I was scouting the venue first because we're going to be playing there the following week. So I was going around just shooting a video for the rest of the band so they could see. And lo and behold, I belly up to some table and start talking to these folks. And they were from Melbourne. And I said, oh, do you know Mark Moses? This guy was like, oh, yeah, I listen to him every day. Yeah, Fredericksburg, Virginia. Mark Moses reaches that far.
That's right. That's right.
He listens every day. He's probably listening right now.
You got that right.
Hello, family. That was nice to talk to you in Fredericksburg that day.
My biggest regret with Kerry James, and Kerry's been in radio and TV for a long time. I wish you were with me when I was in Paris, France. And this is a true story where like I met people there years ago, and I go into this bar and I meet some friends. Like it's the craziest thing. And everyone at the bar, it's like packed. They're like, "Oh man, Mark Moses, we watch all your videos." Like you,
I'm not surprised.
yeah. And then Kerry and I have this game back and forth where we get celebrities to talk about each other. So you had Boy George. You told Boy George. It's one of the great all time. So you tell Boy George. They're like, "Yeah, Mark doesn't want to come to your show." And like, Boy George is so angry at me.
Calls you out.
Boy
George called you out.
Called me out and said, "I thought you walk on water." No, Jesus walks on water. Okay. Oh man, that was great. So we're going back and forth. And then the ultimate. Okay. The ultimate is
you win the prize here.
All right. So he has Star Trek behind us. All right. It's a Data 8x10, whatever you want to call it, the stand-in. So then we're at
stand-up.
We're at Disney Springs. And I turned to Kerry. Kerry's visiting with his girlfriend. We're having a very nice time. And I know exactly where we were because Kerry is the biggest Star Trek fan I know. We are going down an escalator, leaving the parking garage. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I got to talk to William Shatner this week." Oh, you thought I said I was talking to Jesus, Moses, and Muhammad. Kerry could not. You started shaking. You held my hand and started shaking because he is the man. And then, so I talked to William Shatner. I talked to William Shatner, and I tell him, "Look, my buddy Kerry is the biggest fan of yours. So he thinks Kerry's a woman." Because I've also dated a Kerry. He's like, "Look, I get it. I've gone out with a Kerry. I understand. Look, I get it." So he thought he called you darling.
Kerry, darling. Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill. I know you play that for your mother.
I played it at work. I played it everything. There's people at VCU who've heard that recording that you did with Bill Shatner.
That's right. Okay. Congratulations on going into the Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
You will.
And happy birthday to you, my friend.
I appreciate that. You will be on the Hall of Fame wall, which is at markmosesshow.com. You'll be added with the other inductees. I'm going to play this first because someone doesn't know this, but our great friend, Mr. Tom Morgan, is also going in today, and he doesn't know yet.
Oh, man. Well, this is the great class of 2025. I'm honored knowing that Mr. Tom Morgan will be joining.
Before I let you go,
yes.
What was your first job in radio? The first one. Because you were at, I know you're thinking about, you were at VCU, you did campus college radio, you're a distinguished alumni, you now teach there, you do a great job. Go Rams. And I still love Shaka Smart in the 2011 Final Four team.
Final Four, right. First professional job in radio, and I can literally see the tower. Well, it's kind of a cloudy day, but normally I can see the tower from my apartment. Was with WTBR. They were branded Light 98. It was a light AC, and I trained with the legendary Bill Bevins. Also worked with Adam Stubbs, Regan Keith, Scott O'Brien. So those were my mentors earlier on. I mentioned them because they did play a serious hand in getting my career started. So Light 98 in 1995.
Were you using CDs or?
No, they had gone digital by that point. But I was started off in the overnight. So back in the day, kids, they would have DJs that would spin the tunes between midnight and 6 a.m. And that's where they put a young punk like me on to get me
that is awesome.
My chops up, cut my chops up.
Yeah, and you're one of the biggest Dallas Cowboy fans I know.
Yes.
And you've been coming on
shameful existence.
You've been coming on my show for years, and I get listener like messages from other Cowboys fans, and they will say, "Thank you for Kerry speaking the truth about how dysfunctional it is to be a Cowboys fan."
Yes.
It's so great. Oh man, you are legendary. And now you will be in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, buddy.
It is an honor to be in the Mark Moses Hall of Fame class of 2025. Thank you, Mark. And I'm excited to know that Tom Morgan will be joining as well.
That is great. Have a great day, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Mark. Talk to you later.